So my cat might be sick, and by sick, I mean have a urinary tract infection. This is probably a weird thing to talk about. Yeah, I'm about to have my lunch in a minute. I was just checking to see if I'm doing my stuff. I'm gonna have to bring these batteries back in the basement. There's something on the floor over there that needs to go back into the basement. But did you know you can use WebMD for pets? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. So I think I mentioned this, maybe not, that I thought well, first of all, if we're like gonna get into it, let's get into it. I'm trying to train my cat to use a new type of a litter box that isn't, I guess, normal, you could say, for cats to use, because the litter is pellets, like wooden pellets. I did like a little unboxing video of all this, but it was short and pieces are missing, so I don't think I uploaded it. I don't know if I did a video on her litter box situation, but she's always had like 2 litter boxes, don't ask why. And I'm trying to even remember like how she ended up with 2, but she's always had 2. So I ditched the one. They've always been with the traditional litter that Kick Up does, that smells, makes messes, she flings it everywhere. Like, she is a messy cat. And so switched her over to, well, she still has one of the excuse me, I love to potty train her, by the way. She has one of those, and the other one, which has, like I said, the wooden pellet, and then you put what I like to call a wee wee pad, that, like, you know, those pads you use to like train dogs and stuff in your house. Goes in a tray underneath, and then obviously like she urinates, and then, you know, when it gets kind of full, and then, or it starts to smell of urine, you throw it out and put a clean one. And I don't know when y'all gonna see this video, but like I'm leaving to go out of town, as I've mentioned, going on vacation. It's like a working vacation for my mom. Like, she's gonna, like, on the weekdays, like, get a lot of work in and then have fun at night, and then I'm just gonna try to do my thing. We also have to, we don't have to, but we wanna, I know I'm like on a different topic, we want to really clean out our condo and get it really, really ready, because fingers crossed it gets sold. And the reason I say fingers crossed it gets sold ASAP is because that would take a lot of stress, etc., off of my mom. Do I really want it to go right away? No, but if we can get it ready like that, so when it does sell, it's going to be a lot easier to start moving things over from our current condo to the new condo, which sounds like, you know, even though we're not like fully moved in, but like we have keys or residence there and whatnot, we can still like attend all the amenities and all the fun stuff, and like use the gym and maybe the spa, and like just have a grand old time. So all that aside, it's one thing to, because lately our neighbor next door, their oldest child, their son Joey, he's been watching, by watching I mean like scooping the litter, cleaning up after her, and feeding Squeaky. But I think it would be a lot to ask of someone to like give a cat medicine or do this or that. So like, do we take her to the vet? I don't know. I remember how far back this was. It wasn't like that long ago, but a week maybe. I don't know, a little bit to go. Because now that she has, you know, these pads that she pees on, and the goal is to get her to also do number 2 in that litter box, which again is an easy cleanup and mess free, and the odor should not be an issue. But well, she fills the bowl, she does use the bowls, but she does pee in both, and she pees a lot. Like, I feel like there's more urine in the litter boxes than anything else. And then she peed in the plant over there, which I may have mentioned at some point, and then not really long after did she do it again. And I first thought she did some work. I think I did tell you all this. I feel like I did. Anyways, then found another box, blah blah blah. So I feel like she's peeing more, and she definitely I mean, I don't know if she's drinking more water. Here's things that I keep tabs on is her water intake, sort of, because like she is a peculiar cat. She likes water from toilets and water that comes from the bathtub or the bathroom sinks. If you get a bowl and fill it with water from the kitchen sink, she doesn't really drink that. I always make sure that she has a little bit of water down here. Of course, if you do leave the toilet seat up, or the lid or whatever down here, you might find her in there drinking. And oftentimes she would be drinking a lot in my mom's bathroom. In her toilet, I'm someone that whenever I use a bathroom, and there's a seat or a lid, I always close it. It's like something that's just like second nature. I don't even think, I just do it. So my bathroom seat is always down, like the lid's always shut. But she does have like a bowl, if you will, in my bathtub that I keep full. And sometimes what happens is when the cleaning ladies come, which I think is like every other week or so, they will dump the water out, but they don't like refill it. And if she doesn't, or even if she does have water down here, like she just won't drink and she'll get very thirsty. And there was, not last week, but like I think the week before, she was yelling at my mom. My mom was like washing her face, brushing her teeth, doing everything. So she's in her bathroom by her sink, which is obviously next to the toilet. And I don't think my cat, Squeaky, had like access, pardon me as I try to get comfortable, to my mom's toilet. So she was like screaming at my mom. I was still downstairs, I hadn't come up yet, and my mom's like, why is she yelling at me? And then I put two and two together that she's thirsty. So I was near the other day in my bathroom. I think I was like washing my face or whatever I was doing, and Squeaky was in there, and she was like drinking a lot, I think. It sounds like when a dog drinks water, and that whatever noise they make when they're like going to town. That's what it kind of sounded like. So, and not to be gross, right? But I get ready for it. So as I was changing out the pad in the tray of the litter box, and I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look normal. I know she's a girl, but she doesn't menstruate, so like what's going on over here? And it was a little concerning, and I was just like, well, and it was just like a very little something not right, but it wasn't like getting worse, and she was seeming like, she seems fine. She's not like crying or in pain or anything that we know of. So I thought things were getting better, but then I was still concerned, so I showed my mom. She's like, how do you know? You keeping tabs on all this stuff? I'm like, yes, I am, and here's how. So I showed my mom, and now my mom is thinking it's a UTI, or feline, F-L-U-T-I. So I Googled it, like WebMD came up, and there could be a lot of things going on if that's what it is. Or it could be hypertension, it could be diabetes. There's a lot going on. So now the question is, do we take her to a vet? And if so, which one? Because some vets around here, especially the one in my backyard, is like a mucho expensive. It's like the cat. My mom called it the Tesla of vets. With price wise, I mean, it's good service. Obviously, you get what you pay for. But find someone that's a little more reasonable, and like who's gonna look after her. My mom said to call my aunt, who's like a huge animal lover, and maybe she has. And she's had cats like forever and ever and ever. Who still has 2 cats at the moment. Like maybe she knows something, and she also at one point I think was like a receptionist at a vet. That was one of her jobs way back in the day. So I might give her a text or a call to be like, hey, I think Squeaky's got this issue. But I did go on Amazon, and I did buy some things, and I asked for like 1-day shipping, because some of the items were like, if you order this within, like, what's going on with the world? If you order this in the next hour, we'll get it to you tomorrow, type of thing. And I'm just like, okay. I got 2 like treats that have like cranberry in them and other stuff, because my mom's like, would she drink cranberry juice? I'm like, I don't think you give that to a cat. But cranberries and other things for your bladder and whatnot. Flavored treats. There's also cat food from Purina that is urinary tract infection cat food that's supposed to help. I just got one can to try. If I wanted to get more, it was expensive. I don't know if it's because online or what. It would have been cheaper in the store because it's kind of like medicine. Then I got this stuff that looks like it's a liquid, like it comes in like a bottle with like an eyedropper thing. And that looks like you would put some of that maybe in like the wet food or the dry food. And again, I think it's all this like stuff with cranberries in it, but it's like safe for your cat. I think you can buy a test. I might even purchase something else. Like, I'm not freaking out about this. And obviously you never go on WebMD. You never ever go on WebMD. Not if you're a human, not if you're a cat, not if you're a human trying to see what's wrong with your cat. You just don't. Because I don't know. I just don't want there to be anything wrong with her. She's not a spring chicken, but she acts young. I don't know. So further investigation. But now the thing that I'm worried about is today's the 14th and I leave on the, so when do I leave? The 16th? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I leave on the 16th, and if they're telling me they can get me this stuff in a day, you would expect it to all arrive tomorrow, the 15th, but a lot of it doesn't seem like it's coming till the 16th, the day that I leave. And if I'm leaving early in the morning, I might not, you know, be here when it all arrives to check it out and figure it out and tell whoever's gonna be checking in on like my cat, like, could you give her some of these treats or something? And then if I do think she needs to go to the vet, which I feel like after what I read, like, it scared me. It's like, if you don't like get this checked out, like, whoa, Nelly. So that means sometime between now and before I leave to go to the airport, we gotta like fit in a vet visit. So that is what is on my mind. Anyways, I gotta eat my lunch and then it's just, she's not acting like she's having a problem. She's not crying when she's peeing or screaming or making any noises, but I do feel like she is peeing a lot and what's coming out isn't normal looking, because we've been going at it with this pad, wee-wee pad system for quite some time now for me to know like what is normal looking urine for Squeaky and what isn't, because obviously when you pee in that like dusty type of a litter, it just all clumps together, and then you're scooping it out in a bag, tossing it in the trash, and you can't tell. With this you can, and I don't know, like, I wouldn't say there's a blockage because she's able to urinate, but like, is it like some sort of a stone? And if it is, like, she's not making like noises like she's in pain, I don't know. Does she have another problem she's not telling me about? I think, could it be, I don't know. And I'm just like, great, I'm about to go on vacation and my cat could like have a problem, and this is not what I want at all for her. So I might do some more investigative research. I might see what other is there any at-home remedies, meaning like, do I have anything literally in my house that I could like start today that I don't need to go to a store? Like, I don't know, I might watch some videos, like, what do you do if your cat has a UTI, or is it a UTI, and, because I'm not going to spend money on some sort of a kit where you probably got to, like, have a cat pee on a stick of paper and see what color it turns, you know? It's just, upsetting. It's 12:39, and I got stuff I gotta do, and now I'm just like, ugh. So did I sleep last night? How much? How well? There's a photo of me I just saw with like hair extensions, and I love it. Oh my god. I had this idea to like on a lighter, happy note for a second. I wanted to go to the Bellamy beauty bar, and like where they match you like for extensions, and like they put them in, like they style your hair and all that. Cause there's this ombre look. Not that I'm a fan of ombre, but I feel like they don't just have like solid purple, if you will, extensions. There's like the ombre effect in like different shades. So like from like your lightest blonde to your darkest black. But then there's the two purple shades, which I think is lilac and violet. And the one's too light, and the one's better, but it's not like quite right yet. You know, the Goldilocks, that's me. Oh, this probably wouldn't pick up because I charged it last night, so we don't know how I slept. They sent me my Fitbit, and I think it's in Hollywood on whatever street, and my mom's like, you don't really go to California, like me in California. But they just got a new location, which is in Houston, Texas, so I'm like, can we